Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. The consumption of arsenic can occur through tobacco consumption, by drinking contaminated water, consuming food that was irrigated with contaminated water, and it can even be found naturally in very low levels in food such as fish and shellfish that have been obtained in groundwater of some countries. The consumption of arsenic in low levels is very common in all societies, but problems begin to appear when the ingestion of this chemical is done in very high amounts and for very long periods. Prolonged intake of high levels of arsenic is closely associated with an increased risk of bladder cancer, as well as some cancers of the skin, lung, liver, kidney, and digestive tract. Even in the United States, high concentrations of arsenic have been found in baby foods that use rice as a base, which can affect the development of the child, including motor functions and IQ. 10 foods that contain arsenic. As we mentioned, arsenic can be found naturally in some foods, which does not mean that you should completely eliminate them from your diet, but on the contrary, you may have to reduce its consumption or, in your case, begin to read thoroughly the labels before buying any product on this list. Rice, as well as some foods derived from it such as rice milk, is one of the foods that contain a high level of arsenic. This is due especially to the way it is produced and the use of chemical elements during its production, including the use of contaminated water for irrigation. This is why it is important to wash rice before cooking and carefully read the labels on some foods that are based on rice, such as milk and cereals. Bottled grape, pear, or apple juice, although some of these juices seem to be a good food option and may even have large amounts of vitamins and minerals that are good for the body, it is better to consume these products in moderation, as they contain low levels of arsenic that can cause problems in the long run of health. Grapes, like rice, grapes can also contain low levels of arsenic due to the way they are produced and the chemical elements used to plant them. Water. It may seem somewhat alarming that water is one of the beverages with arsenic content, but do not panic, since it is not all the water that is consumed, but rather that which has not been properly treated or is consumed direct from wells contaminated with the chemical. Beer and wine being two products made with barley and grapes, it is very likely that they contain low levels of arsenic in their system, which can be increased if these alcoholic beverages are consumed very frequently. Poultry. On many occasions, the poultry used for human consumption in chain production are birds that were fed with products that contain arsenic as a base. Fish and shellfish. Several studies have found low levels of arsenic in the fish or shellfish that we usually consume on a regular basis, especially in those classified as dark meat, such as tuna, mackerel, sardines and swordfish. Brussels sprouts. Although it is one of the healthiest foods we can find, Brussels sprouts can also contain a part of arsenic, especially because the soil in which they are harvested is attracted by compounds rich in sulfur. But it is not the only one that is affected, since other products such as broccoli, cauliflower and kale are affected by the same situation. Potatoes are another of the products that are affected by the way of cultivation and even the water with which they are watered, since both could contaminate the crop with arsenic. Rice-based cereals. The next time you buy a safe cereal, you will want to read the label before taking it home, since it has been proven that rice-based cereals contain arsenic and whose prolonged exposure or regular consumption can cause health problems. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.